guys, it's Kara, and I'm going to do the 18th and 19th lists for the Listers Gotta List challenge. And the reason I'm doing that is because the 18th one, which I think was your top 10 favorite memories or something like that, which I'll show you in a minute, I just basically was going to do a lot of writing. I kept it really simple, and because I didn't do a lot and because it was mostly writing, I went ahead and did it in advance. And then I looked at number 19, which is the best books I have ever read, and thought that that was probably also going to be a pretty simple one for me, so I would just combine them. So first we'll start by showing you number 18, okay? So here's 18, and basically it is the top 10 best moments of my life. So I added the 18 with the Mama Elephant set flashy letters, put down the label, and I added this little bit right here that says right now, because I think over time, as time passes after something happens, you sometimes change your perspective on things, and they, although I don't think these are going to change for me, these will probably still be some of the best memories I have. Sometimes when you have time to look at them a little differently, you might change your mind, or other things might happen. So that's why I added that little right now, okay? So the top 10 best moments of my life. I kept them very simple. I didn't go into a ton of detail because I know the details. And these are in no particular order, although they are kind of chronological, I guess. Number 1 is having a friend tell me a boy named Boo thought I was pretty. So Boo is a nickname for my husband because of our last name. All of his friends called him that. Don't ask me why. But anyway, that was one of the best moments when someone told me that he thought I was pretty. And then the next one is our first date. So my first date with that boy, which was Friday the 13th, believe it or not. And that was, let's see, this November, because it was in November, that will be, I'm sorry, I'm having to do the math in my head, 28 years from that first date with that boy, who is my husband, of course. So anyway, probably more information than you wanted, but number 3 was finding out that I was going to have our first child. Number 4 was giving birth to that child. Number 5 was what my husband said to me when we found out we were having our second child. He said it to me after we had the ultrasound, and I didn't write it down because it's not something I want to share here, and something that I, already know and I'm going to keep to myself. Number 6 was when my second child was born. Number 7 was getting the call that I got my current job almost 15 years ago. Number 8 was watching both my children graduate high school. Number 9 was watching my son graduate college. And number 10 was watching my daughter get married and seeing the way that they looked at each other when they got married. So those are the top 10 so far. And I'm going to keep it really simple about that. I'm not going to go into any more detail. Number 19, like I said, is the best books I've ever read. So I had the perfect paper for this one. Is that not cute? I love that. And I just decided to kind of go with the whole library theme, so I'm going to keep it super simple. I have this little pocket that looks like a library card. You can see I went ahead and put the label on that. I'm going to adhere that down. Then I have these 2 cards that look like library cards, and I stamped on them with the Project Life date stamp to kind of make them look like some checked out books kind of thing. The first one says J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. Basically, I love all of those books because I have great memories of reading them with my kids. Not like reading to them, but reading them at the same time. We all loved these books that near the end, we loved them so much that near the end, my husband would literally, he did it a couple times for us, literally sneak out to the store and get them so that we didn't have to go wait in all those crazy crowds, and he would buy 3 copies so that we could all have our own to read, and then we would basically, wait till everybody got up to a certain part and then say, oh my God, can you believe, or whatever. So it was just a really great memory, so that's why those will always be some of the best books I read. And then I made kind of just a little list. I wouldn't say that these are necessarily all of the best books I've ever read. They're just the ones that came to mind because I read a ton. So I just sat down and said, I'm going to put down a few that just come right to mind. So anything by Jane Austen I love. Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, I love all of hers. Little Women. I love the Stephanie Plum series by Janet Ivanovich, I think. The Lieutenant Dallas series, which is by J.D. Robb. To Kill a Mockingbird and Gone with the Wind. I like almost all kinds of books. I read fiction, nonfiction, mysteries, science fiction, smut, or romance if you want to call it that, whatever. So these are the ones that came to mind right away, and that's what I'm going to put in there. And then I have a couple things sitting to the side that I may use for decoration once we get it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the pocket. And these little pockets I've had forever. I'm not sure if they're still made, if you're interested, but they are from Seven Gypsies, if you like them. So you can go on a hunt for them. I don't even know if they're called like library pockets, because I don't even have the original packaging anymore, to be honest. So I think I'm going to line it up right about there. Actually, a little lower. I forgot the library cards are going to stick out a little bit more. I think it needs to be over just a smidge. Make sure that looks relatively straight. Okay. These are literally just going to tuck into the pocket. Okay, and then I have my little 19. For the 19th list. I'll put it here, and then I'm going to put it up here, simply because I don't want to block off any more of the little drawer things than I have to. And then I have one of those little acetate things. I thought about putting just the word today here, because, you know, your favorites, your best books, your favorites, things like that, they change. So I think I am going to do that. So I'm going to grab my Ranger Multi-Medium Matte. I have a little one sitting next to me. And I'm going to dab that on like I did with the others. Hopefully like I did with the others anyway. I've got to get it to cooperate and come out first, of course. Sorry guys, taking me a minute to get this stuff to go. There we go. Okay, so, and like I did last time, I'm going to just put little bits of it on different little places. I do have to remember on this time though that some of it's going to hang over the edge, just a little bit of that pocket. So I want to keep that in mind when I'm dabbing on this adhesive. But I also want to put enough down to make sure it sticks. Okay, so I think that last little bit was too much. Let me wipe a little bit of that off. Alrighty. Okay, let me flip this thing around. And I think I'm going to do it just kind of like so. Now what I need to decide is, do I put something up there? I have a couple little things, like I have this that I could just kind of hang off the side of the card. I could still take the cards out. And I also have this, which says my favorite. So this says my favorite, and this is thumbs up. I kind of like the thumbs up, just because I like that it's a little bit bigger, and I like that it's a more muted color. Kind of goes better, I think, with the color of the today. What do you guys think? I'm going to go with that. So, let me see. I don't want to put the adhesive too far over, or it will hold that library card down. So basically don't want there to be any on this one edge. So this way I can still take the card out if I wanted to show it to somebody. Okay? So that's basically it for today. Super simple, but I think that's really cute. Makes me happy. I like that little kind of library theme thing for the best book, the best books I've ever read. I think that's perfect. If you guys have any questions about anything I did or anything on this one, because we talked about that too, let me know, and I will be back before too long with list number 20. Once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate the comments that you leave, and hope you keep doing that. And I hope that wherever you're at today, you're having a great day. Bye, everybody.